Hello everyone and welcome to SmackDown, coming to you live from the Heritage Bank Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. It is the penultimate show before King of the Ring. It is a big show for the Blue Brand to try and head into that tournament on a high and perhaps prove that it is the favorite to leave with the King of the Ring crown. And what a main event it's going to be between the two men representing SmackDown in that tournament. Here tonight, Keith Lee, Big E, two big men colliding in what will be a big main event. But that is then. This is now. We talk about the two men who will represent SmackDown already in the King of the Ring. Well, now it's time to answer the question of who will be the final man in the King of the Ring tournament. Not just to represent SmackDown, but the final man in that tournament as a whole. It is Drew Gulak versus the Switchblade, Jay White, to get us underway here on tonight's edition of SmackDown. A warm welcome to you all wherever you are tuning in for this one. King of the Ring getting closer and closer. And it is going to be a fantastic show to see who will claim that prestigious crown. But right now, we're going to see who's going to be the final man to join it. Will it be one half of the Saviors? Will it be the man coined as the Savior of submissions in Drew Gulak? Or will it be perhaps the most despised man on SmackDown in the current setting, but also the man who did not end last week's edition of SmackDown on a very high note? The man who was driven into the ramp courtesy of Robert Roode, the man whose plans of playing with the mind of Kazuchika Okada backfired. The man who has set out to make himself as unlikable as possible could be the man going to King of the Ring to become King Switchblade, Jay White. And the boos are raining out in Cincinnati, and you gotta say it with firm belief. If Jay White is in that tournament, is there all of a sudden a new favorite? Not just in terms of on SmackDown, but in terms of in the tournament as a whole. Because Jay White, he might just be too much of a different kettle of fish for the rest of the tournament to overcome. Maybe you say the overall tournament favorite is Daniel Bryan. Maybe you say it is Keith Lee. But if Jay White gets added, all of a sudden, that gets flipped up on its head, and the Switchblade, I believe anyway, would head in as the favorite. Not based on the statistics, but based on merit, based on current record. And the only blip on that record for Jay White is not capturing the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble, but in terms of the mind games, this is a man who could do it 3 matches in a night and overcome his opponent with that regard to win the King of the Ring tournament. But of course, to do that, he has to go through Drew Gulak here this evening. And I'm sure Gulak would have a point to prove as well. Gulak would love to go to King of the Ring to represent the Saviors. But in order to do that, he's got to beat Jay White here tonight, and that is no easy feat. Let's not mistake that one iota. So a little bit of a past meets future here, as we have the former WWE Championship challenger in Jay White, who connects to the big Death Valley driver and may already be looking to qualify for King of the Ring off of it. There's 2, and a kick out by Gulak at 2. We have the former challenger for the WWE Championship in Jay White, who of course challenged for the title at the Royal Rumble, and the man representing the future challenger for the WWE Championship, of course Ricochet, who will challenge for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania and will be in the building here later on this evening. The Savior is going to be here, so be sure to make sure that you do not miss out on that one, and all of the action to come our way here tonight as well. Hangman Page versus Apollo Crews to come, Ruby Riott and Tony Storm to do battle, and we have that big time host main event between Keith Lee and Big E. Right now we find out who is going to King of the Ring, that 8th and final slot. Who else will be in this tournament? Who will join Keith Lee, Big E, Daniel Bryan, Pete Dunne, Juice Robinson, Dominik Dijakovic, and Chad Gable? We are going to find out by the end of this contest. And Gulak, all credit to him, he may be giving up a lot here. He may be giving up a lot of size, a lot of strength, but he isn't giving up in-ring IQ. And he isn't giving up without a fight either. Larry in the back of the head to Jay White. Cover made. Switchblade with a very powerful kick out at one there, just to assert his authority early on. Back elbow there by Gulak. Nicely done. For Gulak, it's got to be about doing the basics and doing them right, because if he gets too ahead of himself, it'll be very easy for Jay White to just bring him back down to earth. And to just rein him in and just control him. And of course as well, Jay White has an extra added aggression, air of frustration in him as a result of what transpired at the end of last week's SmackDown. He has to not be in the best of moods after that. And that could be at the detriment of Drew Gulak, who did come up with a very nice counter there. That attempted pump handle suplex by Jay White, turning it into a neck breaker, and now able again just connect with simple moves, forearms, elbows. White stumbles out of the corner. Gulak second rope with a big second rope clothesline there, goes into the cover once again. Does it send him to King of the Ring? Oh, it's only again only the count of one. Fair play to Gulak. He's staying in this one. Just flung his body there at Jay White, and a nice back suplex with a bridge as well. There's the cover, there's the count, and that is Gulak's first 2 count on the switchblade as well. Progress being made for one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Big elbow again there by Gulak. Looks for the forearm. No one there. White moved out of the way. Thrust kick into the gut. White turns him round. Not where you want to be, White. Oh, good Lord. Down on the head, down on the neck. Jay White is ruthless, and again, Cobra Clutch suplex. All of Gulak's weight coming down on his neck. Is it all she wrote? Gulak kicks out at 2. It was a nasty landing though for Gulak, and I'm not too sure if one half of the Tag Team Champions knows where he is right now, but Jay White knows exactly where he is, in firm control, or maybe not. Gulak comes back to the forearm. Right hand by Gulak. Attempt to go behind. White comes up with the counter though, and White now in. Oh, what a back suplex. And Jessica Carr, look at this. Carr telling Jay White to step back. Jessica Carr checking on Drew Gulak, taking 3 landings on his neck now. Gulak might have no idea where he is, but again, Jay White loves that. Jay White dives off of that. Gulak, though, use that time to recover. Big boot by Gulak. And he finds himself back in this one. Clothesline in the corner. Sends White stumbling out. Larry in the back of the head. What else could Gulak do here? The opportunity is opening itself up. He has really been hanging on in there in this fight with the switchblade, but he has not given up. That could be the blessing of the Savior standing over him, giving him the momentum that he needs to go to King of the Ring. Gulak brings in White, dumps him down. Head over neck. The opportunity's there to end it for Gulak to go to King of the Ring. Wait. Gallows and Anderson, the Good Brothers. Gallows and Anderson making their way down, but Jessica Carr was all over it, getting in the face of those 2 men and telling them they are not welcome in this thing. Oh my goodness! Robert Roode! Glorious DDT on White! Jessica Carr never saw it! Gulak was knocked to the outside. The ref never saw it. Distracted by Gallows and Anderson. Gulak's going to King of the Ring. Off the back of Gallows and Anderson getting involved. Robert Roode, like a snake in the grass, waited to pounce. Jumped on the chance. Glorious DDT to Jay White, and Drew Gulak is the final man of the King of the Ring tournament. And Gallows and Anderson are still looking on. And not only are they looking on, but they're admitting they got it wrong. They came out here, I think, to cost Gulak the match. And instead, they handed it to him on a silver platter. But let's be real, who could have expected that Robert Roode would have got involved? I didn't even see him, but here he was. Oh yeah, here we go. This is what we're on about now. We saw them just before Michaels made the announcement of that singles match of walking out of the room. Seems to have talked some business with the SmackDown general manager. And that would be the business that they talked. Next week on SmackDown, the Good Brothers will challenge the Saviors with the tag team titles on the line. It will be Gulak and Strong versus Gallows and Anderson. Gulak stares him down with the title, but he isn't alone. Roderick Strong getting in the face of Luke Gallows. This, ladies and gentlemen, your title match next week. The Good Brothers hunting for titles. Number 6. Will they take them from the Saviors? I think Okada and Roode might have different ideas of what last week may have been about. Robert Roode, dare I say it, is starting to go a bit off the deep end. And that, not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. But another victim of the mind games of Jay White, maybe. Another victim of the way in which the Switchblade works. But tonight, Jay White was another victim of Robert Roode for the second week in a row, and as a result of it, the Switchblade is not going to the King of the Ring tournament. Now though, folks, we move on to our next contest here this evening. It's going to be former SmackDown Women's Champion Ruby Riott going one-on-one here. The woman, of course, who had the opportunity to become the SmackDown Women's Champion at the Royal Rumble. First time we've seen her since the Royal Rumble. That, of course, is none other than Toni Storm. Storm, who I will admit did give Shayna Baszler a tough fight at the Royal Rumble, but at the end of the day, Baszler is just on another level right now. Baszler on a level higher than Toni Storm could hope to achieve, but it is early days, of course, for Toni Storm on the brand of SmackDown. There is a bright future ahead of this young woman, there is no doubt about it. And even if the time was not then, it will be soon enough. It will be Toni time one day. But the Royal Rumble was not that time it was destined to be, however. This match you brought about, I saw this on the match card and I went up to Shawn Michaels and I said, what's the reason for this match? How come we got this one on the card? And HBK was just as simple as saying that he wants to give the women the opportunity. The SmackDown Women's Division is it's open wide There's so many challenges who could go after the crown held by Shayna Baszler, from the likes of Becky Lynch to Toni Storm, Ruby Riott, anyone in the Riott squad really. After we saw her performance last week, Sonya Deville. The ground is there to be taken. And he said he didn't want it to be just simply about Becky Lynch and her return to SmackDown. He wants to showcase that the women of SmackDown are about more than just a few names. It is an open wide division, and in Shawn Michaels' eyes is a division that can take Monday Night Raws to the limit, and in his eyes can be better, because while Monday Night Raw does indeed have trifecta, what SmackDown has is depth. And it's the depth that he wants to showcase here tonight. The idea that anyone can be a challenger to Shayna Baszler. I admire that from HBK. So let's see if he can stick true to his words here. Let's see if the women's division here can do their job that Shawn Michaels wants them to do. Find out right about now. It's an interesting turnabout how a year could change, because this time last year, Ruby Riott, of course, was just about to capture the SmackDown Women's Championship from Becky Lynch. Or Nikki Cross it was, rather. My apologies. Look out here. Cover made by Ruby Riott off that suplex. That's a 2 count on Toni Storm. Of course, she was about to capture the SmackDown Women's Championship, head into WrestleMania as the SmackDown Women's Champion as well. Right now, though, she's taking the fight to Toni Storm and driving her head into the mat. Oh, that was a nasty landing for Toni Storm there. Landing upright, no doubt about it. Not going to do her any favors. Single leg busting crowd now being applied by Ruby Riott. Immediately, Toni Storm trying to crawl to the ropes maybe, or just trying to crawl to break that hold, break the grip that Ruby Riott had on it. Certainly did a good enough job, because Toni Storm gets her way out of it. Because this time a year ago, Toni Storm was on NXT, dealing with the disappointment of failing to defeat Tessa Blanchard for the NXT Women's Championship for what would be the final time that she would challenge for that title. Now though, let's see what will happen here. Big forearm in the face there. Kind of made though by Ruby Riott. As I said, this is the former SmackDown Women's Champion against the future, so it's time for her to try and prove that right. Oh! Riott didn't get all of that drop kick, but enough to stagger Toni Storm for a minute and then drive a brutal headbutt down into her. Now in the turnbuckle, opportunity presenting itself for Ruby Riott. Toni Storm though comes up with the counter. Look out here. Irish whip incoming. Yes, off the rebound. Oh! Big discus forearm for Toni Storm. Covers made. It's a 2 count on Ruby Riott. That was a beautifully timed discus forearm from Toni Storm. She has got that timing down. She has got that ring IQ within her. And she has many years left in this business as well. Things can only go up from here for Toni Storm. It's just a matter of when they do. Ruby Riott right now, they'll look out here. Chin lock applied onto Toni Storm in the middle of the ring, trying to wear her down here. Again, I think that's what these submissions are for Ruby Riott, just wearing down Toni Storm, taking away the fight from within her. And that's fair enough. Good counter made there though by Ruby Riott. Right into a roll up here, trying to get the cover. Oh, Toni Storm though in the ropes. Good thinking there by Toni Storm, just stretching her body out to make the ropes body blow counter. Look out now, Toni Storm, roll up of her own, intricate positioning. Has she finished off Ruby Riott? Yeah. No, Riott just about getting the shoulder up in time. Really hard position for her to get herself out of, but she did so, and she comes back with a big forearm as well to take Toni Storm down. Very well thought out there indeed by Toni Storm, just thinking on her feet the best that she could there. And Ruby Riott able to come right back there. In the corner we go now, look out. Oh, head scissors position for Ruby Riott, and my goodness. Toni Storm sent face first into the second turnbuckle. Ruthless from the leader of the Riott squad there. What a brutal maneuver. And Toni Storm certainly looks as if she is feeling the after effects of it. Look out, Ruby Riott. Oh, running kick in the corner. Toni Storm can barely stand on her feet as a second comes in. And a third for good measure. 3 repeated running kicks. Ruby Riott hooks the leg of Toni Storm. But Toni Storm still not giving up here. Give credit to Shawn Michaels, his point is being proven here. The depth in this division is great, and the fight that they're giving each other just as good as well. Oh my goodness, that could have been a package pile driver attempt there from Toni Storm, but Ruby Riott saving her own skin there with a big time reversal. Forearm connect, but look at that, Toni Storm just shrugging it off. Bionic elbows, and one more for good measure. It's as if that lit a fire within Toni Storm that she was tired of being on defense. She wanted some offense, but Ruby Riott comes up with the counter there. Suplex countered, and now Riott calling, demanding Toni Storm to get up to her feet, looking for the Riott kick, looking to finish off Toni Storm. Has the arm. Oh, good counter there by Toni Storm though. Good counter indeed. Drop toe hold connected, and now incoming Regal Plex drills Ruby Riott into the mat. Oh, there they are. There they are finally. Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan getting in the face of Toni Storm, trying to provide the distraction here. And will it pay off? Ruby Riott from behind. Crucifix. It's only good for a count of one. Only a count of one on that one. Back up to a vertical basis. Look out you, Toni Storm. Storm 0. She was having absolutely none of it. Hooks the leg on Ruby Riott, and Toni Storm is your winner. A rebound victory from the Royal Rumble, but also more importantly for Toni Storm, a chance to prove that she still has a claim to the crown. Overcoming the Riott Squad's distractions there to show that she ain't down and out. And that if Shayna Baszler wants a round two, she is more than willing to provide her with one as well. Good win for Toni Storm, but here comes the man. Becky Lynch in the building and getting in the ring and in the face of Toni Storm for good measure. And Becky Lynch's ideology is simple. She has to prove that she can face Shayna Baszler. And if she's going to do that, she'll go through Toni Storm to do it. Becky Lynch making it plain and simple for Toni Storm and for the world to hear. She just wants the title back. And if that means going through Toni Storm, so be it. Storm, Lynch, what a match that would be. And that is not all within the SmackDown Women's Division either. We heard from Nikki Cross saying she wanted to play games with Asuka last week. It was Asuka who replied on Twitter a few days later saying she doesn't play games, she likes to fight. And if Nikki Cross wants to finish that fight, she will do so. Game or no games, this one ain't over. Welcome back into the building here on SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. And Cincinnati, prepare yourself to be cleansed. The Savior is in the building. The Royal Rumble winner. The man who will go on to main event WrestleMania against the Blackheart, Tommaso Ciampa. The Savior himself in the building and must be riding on a high wave of momentum after earlier tonight seeing Drew Gulak going to the King of the Ring tournament. And as usual, the mixed reaction follows Ricochet. Amidst the cheers, there are boos. Amidst the Savior's followers, there are his deniers. Say what you will about him, there is no denying this man earned rightfully his spot in the main event of WrestleMania. He won that Royal Rumble. He did what 29 other men could only hope to do. Controversy or not surrounding one talent in that on another brand. Ricochet was the final man standing. He earned this right. He earned this spot. And for Ricochet, it is about proving that he can take the fight to Tommaso Ciampa at WrestleMania. and that he can leave WWE Champion. And as you can tell, the Savior not here to fight. And as far as I'm aware, not here to get in the face of Ciampa either. Ciampa not in the building as far as I'm aware. It's a microphone though for the number one contender. Confidence certainly riding high within the Saviors here. Ricochet saying that King of the Ring is about to be cleansed by the Saviors. And not only that, in his eyes, when his tag team champions defeat the Good Brothers, we will be calling Drew Gulak the Savior of the Ring. I'll admit, I like it. It's a nice tagline, but he's not just here to talk about King of the Ring. Here we go, he's here to talk about WrestleMania. And to get there for Ricochet, it ain't as simple as just doing this week in and week out. It ain't just as simple as talking to the crowd or getting in the face of Tommaso Ciampa. He is addressing the reaction here in Cincinnati. They love him and hate him at the same time, and the Savior, well, he thrives off of it. And he is offering a hell of an opportunity to anyone on this roster. Ricochet wants an open challenge next week. He wants to face anyone that SmackDown can cough up. And not only that, he wants Tommaso Ciampa to be front seat watching it as well. Is Ricochet looking to get himself involved in the mind games here with Tommaso Ciampa? He wants an open challenge, but he wants the champion there face to face. And he might not have to wait until next week. Tommaso Ciampa on the Titantron, and almost looking into the eyes and through the soul of Ricochet, and telling him he'll be there next week to get a good look at Goldie, because he'll never get another look. With the weeks that pass by, the animosity is boiling between Blackheart and Savior heading to WrestleMania. The focus in the Ciampa paradigm is on one thing and one thing alone, and that is Apollo Crews this Sunday. Crews and Moxley will finally do battle in a last man standing match. And you heard Moxley there, the fire within him, the warning to Crews: if you don't put a gun against my head and pull the trigger, if you don't have the balls to do it, you're in the wrong business. Oh, this Sunday's going to be a good one, no doubt about it, and that has just added an extra layer on top I am very much looking forward to see. But right now, speaking of Apollo Crews, this is the man that he is going to go one-on-one up against. The man who came within an inch of qualifying for King of the Ring. The man who in many ways would like to see sharing a lot of himself with Jon Moxley. That idea that he can fight on, that idea that he can take the fight to anyone. And that, of course, is the Hangman Adam Page. Hopefully we see the side of Hangman that had tremendous fight in him at the Royal Rumble and against Keith Lee, but not the side of him that takes to desperation, not the side of him that takes to underhanded tactics, as we saw in that bout with Keith Lee, removing the turnbuckle pad to try and claim victory. We will find out now, though, as the boos rain out for the bounty hunter himself, Apollo Crews, making his way out here without one very important asset, Booker T. Booker T at home recovering as a result of the paradigm shift he took last week, courtesy of Jon Moxley, which was, in all fairness, a little bit of just turnabout his fair play the way I looked at it. Crews eliminated Priest. So Moxley just got his own back on Booker T. I admit attacking a manager is never the way really to go about it, but this hasn't really been the way to go about a rivalry with another individual. This has been full scale since the moment it started. It's included other parties in the past as well. But this Sunday we finally get our be-all end-all. Who will be the last man standing between those two? Time will only tell in what will be a big, big fight between them. But for Apollo Crews right now, his eyes are focused on Hangman Page, and I wonder if there's an added air now of animosity and bitterness within Apollo Crews after what transpired last week, after the attack on Booker T. He will not only be without Booker T tonight, but he'll be without him at King of the Ring as well. He will have to go out it alone against Death Rider. And in all fairness to him, as much of an ego and as much of a belief of mind that he may have, that is worse for him than it is for Jon Moxley. Right now, he's got this bout with Hangman Page to focus on, and let's see what side of Apollo Crews we're going to get. Let's see if we'll see some added fire within him. But at the same time, Hangman Page does have a point to prove after the Rumble and after the inability to beat Keith Lee a few weeks ago. So let's see how this one will go. Here we go. Kind of a tight between the two men anyway. Hangman Page now has the arm trapped there, but gets himself out of the precarious predicament there. Nicely done indeed. And now Crews and Hangman letting their fists fly a little bit more here. Let's see what will happen. Irish whip off the ropes. Look out. Oh, big knee in the face there by the Hangman. Body blow follows up as well. Chop in the chest. Hangman Page lines up Apollo Crews off the ropes. Big boot, no one home. Crews, nice counter, good opening. German suplex. Nothing flashy, just effective for Apollo Crews there, and effective it indeed was. In the corner we go now, big time. Crews splash it down on the Hangman, and the boos raining out in this building as well. Right hand across the face, count of 8, kick in the gut there. And the Hangman now opens up the opportunity, snap there, big boot. I wonder, we saw him earlier, just a moment ago, that training that he's gone through, and Moxie saying how much he thrives on being in those kind of situations, how much he loves being in these kind of matches. Is he watching this one on closely to see what Crews will bring to the table this Sunday as Hangman Page takes a big risk from the top rope and no one is there on the way down. Right hand comes in there. Crews gets countered though by the Hangman. Look out. In position. Suplex incoming from Hangman Page. Nicely done indeed. And the opening is there to capitalize once again with a kick in the back. And now, oh! Big forearm in the face there from the Hangman. Takes Apollo Crews down. As I said, for Hangman, it's about rebounding. It's about proving that there's something for him heading into WrestleMania season. But for Apollo Crews, it's all about rebounding from last week. It's all about getting revenge in the name of Booker T. And it's all about proving to Jon Moxley that this Sunday he has picked the wrong man. He is fighting the wrong fight. He is using the wrong fighting words because it's Crews who will be locked in there with him but he wants it to be Moxley locked in there with Cruz instead. Big triple power bombs there from Apollo Crews to prove his authority. Snapback breaker there, goes to the top rope now. Bounty Hunter looking to fly from the skies. Headbutt down on 2. Hangman Page, is it over here? There's 2, and the Hangman kicks out of the counter 2 there. Shoulders up in time, kicking the back, but the Hangman just hangs on. Shrugs it off really, and keeps on fighting. Look out now. Bringing in between the ropes. Oh, a whiplash effect there, bringing him down. His neck snapping into the ropes. This is the thing, if Hangman gets a bit dangerous, if he snaps a little bit, as he has done in recent memory, it could bode a little bit well for Jon Moxley. Cruz wouldn't be heading in at 100%, but Cruz, look at these right hands, unloading away there on the head and the face there of Hangman Page, sorry. Oh, look out. The strength of Apollo Crews. Connecting down on the Hangman there with that deadlift gut wrench suplex paradigm. I said if Moxley was watching on, I'm sure he is. And I'm sure the rest of Paradigm are doing so as well, with the belief system that this Sunday is a big one. They might be a new group, but this is their first and maybe only big test that they face. If Moxley goes down, he wants to take Cruz down with him. But will he get what he desires? I am not too certain about that, but time will only tell. In that regard, big elbow drop down to the chest there by Cruz. Big leap follows up along with it as well. It's been quite a bit of a back and forth matchup, but I haven't really seen a move from these guys that has really set the pace, that has really asserted their authority in this contest. And admittedly, that is not good news for Apollo Crews. Crews though, sunset flip, floats over, shoulders down, is it all she wrote? No, Hangman Page get the shoulder up at the count of 1 there. Gives up his back to Apollo Crews, though certainly not something you want to do, as Damian Priest found out last week. And they go spilling up and over the top rope and to the outside. Cross body over the top rope there, and Hangman Page sent into the barricade and back into the ring now as well. Apollo Crews a little bit slower to get back into the ring there, not too certain what he was thinking, maybe a tactic in his mind here, and to work this one on the fly for the first time really is the Bounty Hunter without the guidance of Booker T. Irish whip, went for the drop kick, no one home. Hangman Page moved it out of the way, nice right hand, in comes there, good shots from the Hangman. Can he capitalize on them? Can he keep on going here? He is down, but not out in this one. And this is not boding well for Apollo Crews heading into this Sunday. The longer this match goes on, the more he's having to fight, the more he's having to struggle, really, to put away Hangman. The worst position he finds himself in for just a few days away. Look out. Hangman in the corner, lining up... Apollo Crews in the corner, lining up Hangman, went for a big clothesline, no one home, Hangman moved out of the way. Uh-oh, big move, sit out, tombstone from the Hangman. Goes into the cover, leg is hooked, is it over? There's 2, and old Crews for his own good measure gets the shoulder up in time, saving his own skin on that one. Look out! Oh! Discus clothesline! The head of Apollo Crews almost came off, but it ain't enough to put him away. And this is more turning into a showcase for the Hangman than it is for Apollo Crews. Crews does not look good in there. Crews is looking rusty. Crews is looking worrisome. Like he's second guessing himself. Like he heard what Moxley is saying, and it is having a detrimental effect on his actions in the ring right now. Oh, look out though. Oh, Olympic slam. And all of a sudden, everything that I was saying is almost turned around here as Apollo Crews has just found that edge in him, as if that discus clothesline really just put him on death row. And he realized that he had to wake up within him, that he had to find the fight in him. Look out, lining him up again. Yo! Saito suplex just dumping Hangman Page on his head and his neck repeatedly here. Look at this. Oh, the brutality of it all now. Another Olympic slam, and again this evening, Jessica Carr getting involved, checking up on the Hangman, and the frustration is only going to continue to build and grow within the Bounty Hunter. And we are seeing it here as another Olympic slam connects. It's brutal from Cruz at this point. And Hangman Page has no response to it. Hangman Page could well be concussed here. He's trying to get himself up to his feet. He's trying to fight. Wait. No. Cruz with a chair. The bell rings, but the point is proven. Oh, Jessica Carr getting caught up in it as well. Apollo Crews has absolutely lost it. DDT under the chair. Cruz is the one who's lost it. Cruz is the one who snapped tonight. It wasn't going the way he wanted it to. And he has lost his control. Cruz control onto the Hangman. This is what Apollo needs to be if he wants to face Moxley this Sunday. But I did not see him going this far off the deep end. Apollo Crews is losing it. And the Hangman was the recipient of it tonight. Now, while we have talked plenty about what is to come this Sunday, there is plenty to come next week on this edition of SmackDown. It is a title night. The tag team titles will be up for grabs. It'll be the Good Brothers hunting for SmackDown tag team titles. It'll be them hunting for tag team titles number 6 against the Saviors. But of course, that is not all. As we heard earlier on this evening, the Savior himself will be in action. Ricochet will be in the building next week. Tommaso Ciampa will have a front row seat to it as well. Who will step up and face the Savior next week on the Blue Brand? One step closer to WrestleMania. We will find out then. But right now, strap yourselves in for a hoss fight. It's the main event here in Cincinnati. It is Big E versus Keith Lee. This is what we came here to see. Two big men throwing bombs at one another days before King of the Ring. This is what we're all about, and we are about to get to witness it. Oh, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be one that I'm going to enjoy. Who is going to have the bigger fight within them? Let's find out. We saw them backstage getting in each other's face. Keith Lee interrupting the interview that was scheduled between Michael Cole and Big E. Offered Big E winning that 6-man battle royal last week. Keith Lee trying to talk trash, and Big E just simply said, but if you're talking about who's going to win King of the Ring, then you are looking at him. Oh, I am looking forward to this one, though. Big E stands in the ring, and here comes Limitless himself. Keith Lee making his way out. A man with all the confidence in the world because he can back it up, like him or not. Keith Lee is one incredibly impressive athlete, and he proves it every single time he steps in that ring. Breaking out moves left, right, and center. Moves that you would expect from a man of this stature, and moves that you wouldn't even dream of from a man of his size. But that is just what makes Keith Lee one in a generation, really. That's what makes him so special. He is unlike anything else. And that is what is going to make this contest oh so special as well. Keith Lee, Big E, what are these two men going to do in this ring to prove who is maybe the all-round favorite heading into this Sunday? Is it the former ECW champion, the man looking to reclaim a stage of glory? Or is it the man who undoubtedly has future world champion written all over him? We will find out right now. Main event of the evening is underway. Big E, Keith Lee, let the fists fly, let the hoss fight begin. Let's do this one. And right away, they haven't even bothered going for the collar elbow tie-ups. It is just straight into throwing hits at one another, countering one another in the early going. Let's see what'll go down. Irish whip. Big boot. Right off the get-go. Kind of made there though by Big E. Nicely done. Look out here. Has the arm. Oh, Keith Lee lariating him down. Now, I think Keith Lee may just have the strength advantage. If I had to guess, Big E probably weighs 270. Keith Lee 280. Height. Keith Lee by an inch, maybe? It doesn't really make much of a difference. What the difference will be is who can pull off the heavy hits. Who can slam their opponent the hardest. Because make no mistake about it, they're going to slam each other. They're going to hit each other. It's just all about who can do that harder than their opponent. That is what we're going to find out right now. Overhand right there by Big E. Irish whip off the ropes now. Will come Keith Lee. Oh my goodness! Keith Lee sending Big E down. Using his own weight against him. And loving it as well. But Big E, he isn't. Oh! He wasn't going to stand there and let Keith Lee have the spotlight. He screamed at Keith Lee. And Keith Lee in turn just ran him down. Ran him off the road essentially. Here we go. Cannon made there by Big E. Kick in the gut. Overhand right connects again. And the shots are coming in. Look at that. Just two bricks colliding. Two brick walls colliding. But look at Big E. Absolutely sensational to do that to Keith Lee. Threw him halfway across the ring. Just mesmerizing from these two men already. And this bout is only just getting underway. Cover made here by Big E off of that one. There's the count and there is only a count to one. Getting up to a vertical basis once again here. Keith Lee with a big elbow into the gut there of Big E to break himself free. You know, if I was the rest of the King of the Ring field, if I was Daniel Bryan, Juice Robinson, Drew Gulak, Dominic Dijakovic, doesn't matter my name, I'm watching this match. Because I'm going to have to come to the reality that there is a very good possibility that I'm going to have to face one of these men in that tournament. And it may well be my last match in that tournament. They are going to have to stand back, take notes, and realize that they are in for a very tough evening. Whoever draws these two men, for all we know, they could draw one another again. Of course, we don't know the order of the King of the Ring tournament. We won't know until the night before what the first round will be. Each round is going to be randomized. There's no way to prepare for an opponent, to prepare for a bracket, because it will just be randomized as the night goes on. You can't prepare for a certain set of opponents. You have to prepare for every single opponent. And how do you prepare if you're Juice Robinson or Chad Gable for these two men? What a counter from Big E in the turnbuckle there. Top rope now. Incoming. Elbow drop from Big E down at the Keith Lee. Goes into the cover as well. Looking to finish him off. Here, there's two. And a kick out of two by Big E. Sorry, by Keith Lee rather. Good to see Jessica Carr recovering from that shot from Apollo Crews earlier on, but will Keith Lee recover from Big E's big splash? 1, 2, kick out of two. And Keith Lee is getting right up to his feet. That's what we came to see. Up and over the top rope we go now. Big E in trouble on the outside though. Arm drag back into the ring. It's Keith Lee who will go to the top rope now. And it's Big E who is in a world of trouble. Moonsault from Keith Lee. Goes into the cover. Here's it all she wrote. Far, far, far from it. A count of one off of that moonsault. And a big chop to the chest there to light it up. But the fight keeps on going. Keith Lee won't even come off his feet yet. Staying upright for as long as he can. Up against the ropes. Oh my goodness. Thrown over the top rope. Big E, what is he going to do? Oh my goodness. throwing caution to the wind and his own body with it. A spear through the ropes into the outside. Keith Lee throw it back into the ring. Could Big E do it here? Could he beat Keith Lee with that incredible risk? No! Threw everything to the wind on that one there, but not only is Keith Lee still in this one, he's getting back to his feet. And Big E watching on, letting him get back up to his feet. Could have been a mistake because he's let Keith Lee back in this one. In the corner now, look out, shoulder first into the ring post there. Not a nice impact at all, and not a nice one that follows up with it either with that knee. Keith Lee just took a monumental move to the outside there, and he is right back up to his feet. This is what these two men are made of, and they will do this every single week, every single night. This is just what puts them on a different playing field to everyone else. Keith Lee runs through the lariat. Oh! Have you ever seen a man fly quite like that? Big E sent across the ring and he kicks out of one. He kicks out of one. Just how? Just how? He kicked out of one, but he might not know truly where he is. Oh, wait a minute. There is a look in Keith Lee's eyes. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Don't do it, Keith Lee. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, no, no. Powerbomb. Oh, Big E. Right hand. Gets himself out of that one. And I am mighty glad that he did so as well. That could have been it. Not only for this match, but for Big E's hopes of being even at the tournament this Sunday. Last minute counter made there by Big E, and he's able to get himself back into the ring with it as well. And not only that, but he's fighting on cue. He brings him down again. Big E again. Full head of steam. Big splash for the second time. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. This is where it reaches its bigger and better edge. This is where these two men now show what they're made of. This is that extra level you gotta go to be king of the ring, to be a champion, and they are demonstrating it here. Former world champion meets undoubted future world champion. Does Big E have the old side of him? Big ending attempt may have been on the way there, but Keith Lee just shut that one down, puts him up against the ropes. And as we saw from Big E earlier, just slams Big E into them. Look out, oh, this is going to be dangerous. Power bomb, big counter there. And Big E, now he's looking for it. Big ending, he's calling him up. He's going to look for it. Not happening. Keith Lee with a forearm shot to get himself out of harm's way there. And Keith Lee! Cover made. 1. What? What? He kicks out at 1. And now Keith Lee might look for the spirit bomb to put it all away. Incoming. Big E counters it. The sweat dripping off the body of Big E. But the fight never, ever fading. Look at this deadlift powerbomb of Keith Lee. Oh, come on, Jessica Carr, you know everyone just wants to see these two men fight. Just let them fight, let them go at it. They'll recover, they're fine, they're tougher than so many others. They're a different breed of athlete. Big E with a back suplex there on a Keith Lee. Incoming big heading attempt maybe again. Keith Lee denies it. Brings it up to his feet. Right hand in the corner now, not a place you want to be at all. Keith Lee going up to the second rope. Big E doesn't know where he is right now and gets splashed down on by the mass that is Limitless. And again, Keith Lee in the corner. Right hands, setting Big E in place, making sure there's no fight in him. As he is going to grab onto him and perch him up on that top rope. This is going to be big. Whatever it is, you know this can only end one way. Up on that top rope. Big E is in huge trouble. Oh my goodness, held up in the air. Wait, Big E, he slips his way out. Big E counters it. Slips his way out and runs down Keith Lee again. And Big E will return to the top rope, this time under his own steam. Keith Lee staggering up to his feet. Big E sees the chance in front of him. He's gonna fly. He's caught. He's caught. Keith Lee catches him. Big bang catastrophe. How do you do that? He caught him out of the air, and he will add to the end of this with the Spirit Bomb. Moves in to hook the leg. 1, 2, Keith Lee wins. What about? What a fight! What a match! What an ending! Big E from the top, caught into the Big Bang catastrophe. The Spirit Bomb followed, and I am going to state it right now, there is your King of the Ring favourite. Keith Lee might be about to do it all this Sunday. Are we looking at the next King of the Ring? We will find out. Good night, everybody.